Hello and welcome back here on my English channel about my Lego City project called Brick World. And in today's update, we are going back to that building we have started a few updates ago. That's that building I started with a lot of official Lego sets from the Central Perk set. And today's update, we are going to finish the ground floor, adding the roof on it and starting the next second floor. So stay tuned for today's update and look what we are doing. Right at the beginning, I'm adding all the missing parts I did not add it in the last update when we worked at that building for the first time. That means I'm adding some of these bricks here to get to the final height of my building, and also that little room here is going to be the toilet of that Central Perk Cafe. At the beginning, I did not want to do anything inside here because you will never be able to see what's inside here, but I was not able to do that, so I'm going to add all the stuff we need into that little toilet, and that's all the little parts I added, and that's the final product. Yeah, it's just a little toilet. You have the possibility to wash your hands and to dry your hands. You have the toilet paper there on the wall, also some graffiti on the walls, and that's all for that little room here. I'm also going to add the needed cables to get the light or the electricity up to the next floor. Here you can see my cable coming from under the building, and now we have to add some more cables here to get the light or the electricity up here. I'm going to add a connector here, so I will be able to remove the upper floors without the problem of having cables everywhere. And I'm using that little area here to hide the cables behind these little plants here. And I'm just testing it here because in the past I had sometimes some problems with the cables, and just checked it later, and there was a problem. I had to remove a lot of parts, so I'm checking it right now always. And yeah, we are already, well, most parts are done here in that area. We have that area here in the front. I have to add some more parts and some more abilities. And that's a little, a preview to a future update. I got these perfectly printed graffiti walls for a future update from Super Brick Brothers. That's a German shop where you can get, for example, printed parts, and now we have that slightly modified version from the official Central Perk set. I'm adding it here into that gap here, adding the pictures on the wall back because I had to remove them to get that big part into the floor. That's another gap closed here inside the building, and on the other side we are going to add some other stuff later. Before that, we are going to add some more guests here in the and that's it. I think we have done a great job here in the ground floor. I did that little plant area here in the front. We have the door to the toilet with a little sticker on it, and that's the toilet as you have seen it before. And that's it. We are done here with that floor of the building, and now I'm just have to add some more tiles and other stuff here so we can place the next floor on that first floor, adding a lot of tiles. Here you can see the area where there's going to be the underground parking area. In a future update, we have to cut in here into the table, into the base plate. So will be able to build that way down, that street down under the table where the underground parking area will be located in some future update, but that's not now. We have a lot of plates. I have planned that digital in the studio program, so I had the ability to buy all the needed plates here, some in light bluish gray, some in dark bluish gray. They are always or only in light bluish gray where the underground parking area is, and I got that 45-degree plate on the left side. There are not studs everywhere, but that is the only cutted plate that has the exact size I need. I also added the lighting here. It's the lighting for all the parts of the first floor. There's a lot of cables here. There's a connector here. And I hope that it's all done and it's all at the exact location I want to have it. So yeah, it was a quite a time of work to finish that part here. And now I'm going to add it on the floor. So let's check if everything is right, if the lights are at the location they have to be, and if everything is as I wanted to have it. You can see it on the left side where there's going to be the entrance to the underground parking area. The lights are on, so the electricity is working. That's one big goal here, and let's check it out in 1 second how it looks from the side. And you can see these two lights are here working, and then if you look inside the building you also can see that all the lights are on, and you can see what everything is happening inside here. And we have to have in mind that that's a building where the potential visitor of my city will be easily able to look into it because it's at the edge of the table. So it's a very important part that the lights are good in here, so you can see all the details from inside when you're looking from outside into the building. That's it. That was the ground floor. We are going to the second floor. I'm not quite sure about the design, so I'm testing some stuff here. As always, I have just a little idea of what the building should look like. So I'm testing a lot of stuff at the beginning, and I thought it would be nice to have a much more modern look at that building. So I'm adding these white tiles here to have a color that's not present on that part of the city. Here you can see I'm adding some modified tiles. I'm changing some stuff here and there because, as I said, I'm not quite sure how it looks. You also see that the light in the ground floor are sometimes on, sometimes off. That's because I'm building here and the connector is right at that location where I'm building, so it sometimes loses the connection. Putting the camera on the other side inside the building, you can see, like always, I'm working with the technique that I'm using two stud white walls, so I can have other colors inside and other colors outside of the building. And I'm using a special technique for the windows. I want to have some big windows here inside the upper floors. The upper floors are just apartments, so I want to have the possibility to look inside from the outside, so the potential visitor of my city has the ability to see a lot of the stuff that's inside. It's also a very important part of my work here in my city that there are a lot of details also inside all of my buildings, and I want to see as much as possible from the outside without losing the realism of my city. So it's a good idea. I think it's a good way. That's a way I'm going to use, a design I'm going to use in future updates to build on that building I've started here. And yeah, I'm quite satisfied with the overall look at the moment. That's a big construction yard here. The streets are missing, etc., etc. But that's what I want. I like the look of that building, and I think that's the way I can go on in further updates. So what do you think? Do you like what I did today? Write it in the comments, and yeah, just bye until next time.